Hey, mother truckers, spend your hours on the road with guys who get it. Tune in to the Liquid Trucking Podcast. Ever wonder what it takes to yank tanks? Get the scoop on tanking from our gold standard CDL drivers. From safety tips to their hot takes, we've got episodes for everyone, whether you're a seasoned driver or freshly CDL'd. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Go to podcast.liquidtrucking.com or your favorite platform to like, rate, subscribe, and listen now.
Mike, turn your games down.
Hi, episode 352 of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who's the evil within?
I am Crimson City Detective Joe Butler.
This is the end of my month-long Vegas residency here on the podcast. This is Dominic. Hi, hello.
From the YouTube channel Rich Kale and various fan fiction sites, this is Richard Sampson, and ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for a mindfuck.
Hello, it is Nate, diving into STEM once again.
And then there's me, Ron.
Hey, welcome back. And we are here to talk about a game that I regretted putting on the show many times. The Evil Within, developed by Tango Gameworks, published by Bethesda. Yeah, thank you, Bethesda. And came out 2014 originally.
And I've got that summary for you, Mike.
Oh yeah, you were doing that I'm glad you reminded me, because I had no memory of this place. I was Gandalf just now.
For those of you that can't get enough Joe would be on all the Spooktober because he hates himself, and it's not like he's got other games to play like Silent Hill F and Death Stranding 2. Anyways, on what seemed like an average police call, Sebastian Castellanos comes across a horrific mass murder that seems like a nightmare. He is then dragged into an unknown area by an unknown assailant that seems to only go by Ruvik. With the help of his longtime partner, Joseph Oda, and his new hotshot rookie, Julie Kidman, Sebastian will wind up in a variety of areas that seem to connect mysteriously. Will he be able to escape, or will he succumb to the evil within?
Dun, dun, dun.
That's a nice little summary.
That describes it better than the game does.
And then right after you say that, you can just add, most of this is irrelevant.
Well, you see, the game was written by 3 people.
A lot of games are written by multiple people. Rarely does it show this much.
I actually had, there's a reason why it shows that much.
Bad game?
No, Mike, what year did this come out again?
2014.
2014.
What year did the Xbox One come out?
2014.
I remember.
Yeah.
2013.
So this was made in between consoles.
Oh, okay. That makes a little bit more sense then.
Yeah.
And it's also on the id Tech 5, the one of those rare games from Rage all the way to Evil Within 2.
A long and illustrious history of id Tech 5. / sarcasm.
Also, Bethesda just fucking shitting the can every good blue moon.
That's a no.
All right, we should do. So I always start these out with our memories. Yeah. I had never played this game before. It had actually been suggested to be on the 2021 Spooktober, but then it didn't make the list and then it just never happened. But it's always been on my I've always wanted to play this game, unfortunately, because I like Shinji Mikami because he made RE4, and I was like, all right, this is supposed to be like a good horror game. So I was always excited to play this until I played it.
Yes, good horror, and that's it.
Congratulations, you played most of Shinji Mikami's games that he's directed, except for Vanquish and Piano 3.
Hey,
so, I'm gonna preface anything I have to say about this game with overall, it's not the worst game I've played, but it is definitely much worse than I remember it being.
It's way worse than I remember it.
And speaking of Resident Evil, I played Resident Evil 5 immediately after this, and it was shocking the difference, how much better Resident Evil 5 was compared to this, and that game came out 5 years before.
This is definitely one of those games I remember reading about, but I have a very specific memory of being at the mall, at the food court. Reading them on my phone while we're fucking around trying to figure out what to do, being oh yeah, Evil Within came out. It got decent reviews.
Yeah, I remember playing it. I remember playing it when it came out, and I'm oh yeah, this was a decent game. It was all right. But yeah, playing it now, I'm oh, this is worse than I remember.
It's definitely a game that can play on some of your fears. I remember seeing one person on Switch. They started playing it and they just got to a certain part and they couldn't even complete it because it just triggered their fears.
I mean, I almost quit the game because of an extremely frustrating boss fight, but
I'm not going to ask which one that was because that could be a few of them.
No, it was one.
Game.
It was one.
This is the second game of the cycle that I've been on that made me switch to easy because it was just so difficult. And, I hate that chapter where you go to the castle, but the Chaos Legion thing was much more infuriating for me.
Yeah,
that game. This game is better than Chaos Legion, I can tell you that.
The difficulty in this game feels off. Like normal feels like hard, and
oh no, I beat it on like normal.
Yeah,
I beat it on the game's normal setting, and that's where my like I don't know if you want to go, but like that one boss I almost quit the game. I had like a whole crash out over it, and like
I remember this, yes.
and it's just like playing it on normal. It's just it feels needlessly difficult at points.
That's just the game.
But there's so many things with the game that like you're like I'm like I see what you were going for, but like you should have maybe had someone do another pass on this.
So
I'm all for a game having like different chapters of different lengths, but there was just something about the way this game was paced that just felt weird.
It's meant to be paced weirdly on purpose. The original consensus of this, which is sadly what it is they basically let Shinji Mikami do whatever the fuck he wanted. And I think they kept going, hey, this is really cool, but can you just make Resident Evil 4 again? But for us, and he's just like, oh, okay, I guess. Because the original concept for this game, someone posted the picture on the PlayStation Store. The original concept for this game was just that. It was just a guy in a trench coat with a guy with the safe head behind him. And that was the only thing Shinji Mikami wanted to do. And the idea for it was that he wanted it to be a sci-fi game. But then it was, hey, we have Shinji Mikami, instead of being sci-fi, can you have it horror? And he's like, can I meet you halfway and make it sci-fi horror? And they went, bet. And that's how we got this, which is, I think in Japan's referred to as Psycho Break, which makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Way cooler name too.
Yeah.
Much cooler name.
And Nate, what's your history with this game?
I bought this pretty close to launch, I think like the day after it came out. And I got through chapter 12 on the normal difficulty, and then I ran out of ammo and just could not, maybe it wasn't whatever chapter you're on that little gondola ride and the enemies are popping
that
up
part
on the sides. Yeah, I was out of ammo at that part, and I could not pass it. So I had to quit there.
Yeah, and that part, I'm convinced that they just forgot to put ammo in that part.
It's insane. And then when Evil Within 2 was announced, I was excited for it, but hesitatingly so. Then I rebought Evil Within 1 and just played on easy, beat it, and then played a little bit of the DLC and did not like it. Yeah, and now I'm here.
So you already knew what you were getting yourself into when you signed up for this.
But as they say, distance makes the heart grow fonder. When you said, hey, who wants to play the Evil Within? I was like, I liked that game, yeah. And then I booted it up, and I was like, I don't think I like this game.
Yeah. Well, you guys, I think it was Nate. You'd made a comment in the chat about one-hit kills, and I'm like, oh, there can't be that many.
Oh no, it's the whole game.
I know,
but also specifically parts of the game, and not other parts of the game.
But now, granted, my experience is all because I actually played through the game on normal. Like with it's either one-hit kills, or you take so much damage from an individual hit that you have effectively 2 hits before you die. That I question why there's even a health bar in the game.
Yes,
because no amount of upgrading it actually makes it so you can take another hit.
Fuck that fight with the dog for that reason specifically.
That wasn't bad on easy.
But on normal, you have 2 hits basically, and you're dead.
I don't play on normal.
Yeah. That's but that is like literally the whole game. Like even a basic enemy, if they hit you once, it takes away 3/4 of your health.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because on easy, it is. I can take a lot of hits.
Nope.
And what's the point then?
Yeah.
That's not normal.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just like playing on normal. It was like random enemy would swing his axe and hit me, and I would go from full to a 1/3 health left, and I'd be like, what?
Well, to be honest, if anybody hits you with an axe, you're gonna have a lot of health taken away in real life. So,
but still, I even upgraded my health throughout the game, and it was still like that. And I was like, what is the point of a health bar if they deal this much damage? Just have health pips.
Yeah,
that'd be fair too. Yeah, honestly,
that's ridiculous. Like on easy, it wasn't that bad. I took a lot of hits.
Now, what I think is absolutely funnier, everyone here take everything you hate about this game, like every single thing you hate about this game, and either take it away or divide it in half, and that's a sequel. The sequel's so much more better than this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are two
I'd
remakes.
agree.
Also,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also like this game, because someone mentioned like pacing issues. So did anyone else notice how the first half hour of Evil Within has nothing to do with anything that happens afterwards?
you mean
No, it does.
You mean
No.
the butcher thing, or
The butcher, he technically comes back in the village, but he's just a boss.
Well, it's because it's putting the
that's
fear in you.
Yeah.
No.
It's where you get kidnapped the first time, and then that leads you into the world of madness, Alice in Wonderland style.
No. Because then after that, you drive a car as the city collapses / explodes, and then you crash and end up in the village.
Yeah.
Well, I thought none of this was real, so it doesn't matter, right? Isn't this all dead?
None of this is real, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's the evil Matrix, but like, but in terms of like it has no relevance to any part of the plot. It is also not representative at all of what you're going to be doing in the game.
Now, you say that, Ron, but there's also two other plots going at the same time during the main plot, to which they are read through pick-upables.
Yeah.
It's like a Resident Evil told through like Dark Souls style storytelling. Almost.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I know about Mobius and Kidman. I know about stupid Laura.
Yeah, but if you read all the item descriptions for Dark Souls, you kind of know what's going on.
Well,
you guys read the item descriptions?
No.
It's like reading the
okay, don't even bring that up because if you're talking Dark Souls, like even the original Dark Souls, you don't have to read item descriptions to like understand the main story beats. In Evil Within, the plot like doesn't even start until you're like 2/3 of the way through the game.
I disagree with that one. I mean, it sort of gets revealed to you as you progress. It's just probably about 2/3 of the way through the game is when you really start, when the player should be really piecing it together at that point.
Yeah, that's where all like the juice comes in. The first part is just like it's the premise. It's the overarching idea. And then once you get into like the last few chapters, it's like, yeah, there's a story after all. Who knew?
Well, you say that, but throughout the first 10 chapters, you do find notes of what clearly was not written by the same guy who knew what Sebastian looked like, or even talked about, because there's weird letters of like, I'm Sebastian Castellanos. Man, this girl sure is hot. I can't wait to make her my wife. And now she's my wife. Now I'm a drunk because we lost her daughter due to a fire.
No, that's actually part of the explanation of why there's the upgrade system and why there's the chair thing that like Sebastian goes to, because they do mention that where they talk about how the system works, how STEM works is there's essentially like a master, there's like a main person, that's Ruvik, but anyone who's plugged in also affects it even subconsciously. So it's kind of like explained that like when Sebastian goes to that like hospital ward, that's like his subconscious, and those notes about him and his wife are also that, which is it's also kind of like that's why there's that one, like I believe it's Laura is technically partially influenced by that as well, but that's also because that's melding with what happened with Ruvik's sister. So yeah, I do know the plot, guys, and like most of it doesn't even happen until you're 2/3 of the way through the game.
So the diary isn't real either.
No, the diary's real. The diary's real because that's the plot for the second game. And I say that because that also goes into a whole thing where Sebastian's backstory. It's an actual fact. Sebastian's backstory was made because Shinji Mikami went, "Hey, our guy has no backstory. Can someone please make a backstory for him?" And the guy who did it is the same guy who goes on to make the DLC, which is why the Kidman DLC is really, really story heavy. And then that guy still went on to make the Evil Within 2, which is why that plot line still follows up.
But like, so like the DLC, I played it for maybe 20 minutes before I said, "Screw this, I'm out." And so I didn't see all of the plot in the DLC, but like to me it seemed like they were going to be like, "Oh, this is what Kidman was doing when she wasn't around," and then they're like, "Well, actually, she was in it the whole time," which now that I think about it, doesn't really make a lot of sense.
It doesn't. I mean, the DLC it doesn't make sense
because it's just like oh well like if she was part of the secret organization that gets revealed at the end, like the easy explanation for her disappearing is just, oh, that's just when she leaves STEM. Like, okay.
But she has the same disease as your partner Oda, in that she can actually mount the waist-high fences and get over the rubble that Sebastian can't.
Hey, Sebastian was a drunk, and when you're drunk, it's really hard to mount over those, okay?
Hey, the one thing I like about that is that it explains why there are so many fucking bottles.
So I don't really understand. Like, you guys are talking, and a lot of things you're saying don't make sense to me, and I beat this game.
So I can give you a general sort of overview. Like, essentially, so kind of the main plot is you have Ruvik. He was this evil mad scientist researcher guy, and
originally Ruben Victoriano or something like that.
Something like that. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
There was a mansion, there was a fire, rich family destroyed.
There was a farm with a fire where his sister got killed because the village was like finally got fed up with what he was doing, which is
with the
people, right?
Yeah, which is why the hair lady monster is hurt by fire because of that. And so okay, there's Ruvik.
He was also hurt by fire though, right? Wasn't he
They were both in the barn when they set fire to it, which the villagers, the people that did that, they didn't know at first there was anybody in there.
Yeah.
I said fire.
They can still
fire.
But so Ruvik is being a mad scientist. He's doing his stuff with working on the brain. And then there's STEM, right? STEM is the evil matrix we're talking about. Although technically it's not supposed to be evil. So STEM is this way to link brains together. And so I forget the one guy's name with the beard. But he shows up, the doctor, because he was working with Ruvik, and like eventually he gets fed up with Ruvik, but he also double crosses him, and so Ruvik winds up more or less forcibly being the master brain in STEM, and then as it's revealed later, he's literally just a brain. So. Yeah. And then from there, they're like plugging people into STEM to try to like make this shared world to do stuff. It's technically not really explained in this game. It's more explained in the second game, but make these shared worlds and have these like virtual reality stuff going on. And what Ruvik wants to do, and this is where Leslie comes in. He's the weird kid that goes around and like has the weird face moments and stuff. Leslie is a little pale kid with the blonde hair who acts really weird. And his brain has a thing going on that like makes it perfect for like being in STEM and also for Ruvik to try to possess and take over him. So
get out of STEM.
Yeah. So
he was accidentally political by criminalizing STEM.
Yeah. So it's like basically the main overarching plot is Ruvik is a brain that wants to escape STEM.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's other small stuff you can find. Like I think what was it? Whenever you go into like the area where your room's at, like when you wake up in there and there's other rooms and you hear a guy talking to you, I think that's supposed to be like the original Leslie to show that he's kind of gotten lobotomized. But there's
it's either Leslie or like some part of Sebastian, I think. I can't remember exactly which.
But all part of the same cube.
Yeah.
Rubik's Cube.
But like, so I will say part of this game is redeemed at the end when like Sebastian, he thinks he gets out of STEM and there's all the police cars and then there's Leslie and there's that little like white noise and that flash and then Leslie disappears and it kind of does that thing that like Sebastian was doing throughout the whole game where like he was like switching around or potentially going in or out of STEM. So it kind of raises the question of if he's actually out of STEM or not. Which, as we find out in the second game, yes, he was out of STEM at that point. But in the context of this game, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool because they kind of bring up the question of, is he actually out of STEM? Which I think would have been really cool to follow up on, but kind of get why they didn't.
Yeah.
Does it make sense at all, Mike?
No. A little. Like, I know a little. I even watched a YouTube video after I beat this game, but so I play a lot of games for this podcast, obviously, and there are a few games that, like, I dislike as much as I dislike this one. This game was not enjoyable. And it's not like I don't like this genre. I like third-person shooters. I can get behind horror games. I like stealth elements in games. I don't mind that. We were playing Callisto Protocol, and I love the freaking stealth parts in that game where like I was like, wow, this is fun. And there's something about this game just made me angry constantly.
Yeah.
Like I swore a lot at my Steam Deck. A lot.
And Tiff was like, "Stop playing it, you fool."
Oh, she was. When I told her I beat it, she clapped for me because she was happy she didn't have to listen to me talk about bitch at this game anymore. So, and for the record, she does not usually go, "Oh, I'm so happy you finished it." No, that's not normal. So, I mean, she's like, "Okay, good job," but you know, like, you don't care.
And like, I can totally get why you'd be like, "Oh, I don't know what's going on," because the game because part of the game is it's trying to have this mystery where Sebastian's trying to figure out what's going on, and you're supposed to eventually piece it together. But like, it doesn't really even start to happen until you're 2/3 of the way through the game, and it feels like the game gets so caught up in being like an evil an even more evil version of the movie The Cell, and just being mysterious and creepy.
But not nearly as
yeah.
The amount of times that movie comes up in this podcast is impressive.
Someone remind me to make Mike watch The Cell at some point on the Discord. Go join our Discord. Tag me in this.
The link in the show notes.
Yeah.
But and it's just like a lot of the opening parts of the game. It's just like here's cool horror thing X, except it's not really done that well, and it's, in my opinion, not actually scary at all.
It's really hard to be scared or afraid when you are given so little to work with in the beginning of like who Sebastian is and what any of this matters or anything.
Yeah, and that's why I like issues with pacing, and then like I'm like, hey, anyone knows how like the first half hour of this game has like nothing to do with the rest of it? Because it doesn't. You do this, you do this like stealth sequence, and then for one, you never do anything like it for the rest of the game.
I mean,
so you have to set up the hospital so that when you go back, it has meaning.
But like the whole thing, I'm like, what, like. And like I even like started a new game plus, and I just said I'm gonna skip that first chapter because I didn't like it. And you could literally just start at where this game is at chapter 2, and you just like have the cutscene where they drive through the city and it explodes and gets destroyed, and then he ends up in the village, and like it works fine. You don't need that whole sequence at all. It doesn't contribute anything.
That's not that wasn't my issue with this game. Like, even though it's a fucked up, like I didn't understand what was happening, I was like, okay, this is kind of fun in the first maybe 2-3 chapters, or maybe a little bit farther. Like, there are cool elements because this game feels like Resident Evil 4. You're in a fucking village and you get chased by a chainsaw guy. I've done that before.
Yeah, so, and like
there were moments.
But what haven't you done before in this game? It rips off all other games. You play in the village just like RE4. There's a whole cabin sequence just like RE4. At the end of the game. At the end of the game, you fight 2 safe heads, just like Silent Hill 2.
So anyway, back to Callisto Protocol.
I mean, there is the part at the end of the game where you're floating around in a jeep, shooting a machine gun at a giant fleshy brain creature.
That's just 360. They can probably echo this for me too. Doesn't every 360 third-person shooter somehow find a way to put you in a turret?
You know, you're not wrong, and you're super right. Every 360 game has a turret feature, and
yeah, you play a lot of games too.
Yeah, I play a lot of 360 games, so yeah, you're not wrong.
It was, I think it was Gears of War 2 that started that.
Yeah, Gears of War in general started that.
And by the way, it's just as a nice juxtaposition. We just talked about how like at the beginning of the game, you're sneaking around in a stealth sequence, and then you're in this RE4 village copy, and then I go, and then at the end of the game, you're in a floating jeep shooting a machine gun at a giant brain creature.
Which sounds like it's awesome.
It's not.
It's definitely it definitely hints to the sci-fi element. I mean, when you finally put together that you're actually in a mind space, everything just makes sense. The reason why we've got shifting buildings like they do, that's not something that will actually happen in real life. You try and shift a building, it's going to collapse.
I mean, DMC Devil May Cry did it better.
Yeah, and also, I think it would have been if it was actually like Supernatural or something, as opposed to we're just in Ruvik's brain.
See, those are my problems. My problems aren't the weird story or the buildings. Like I can get behind all that. My biggest issue is all the one-hit kills, which I know Nate had mentioned in the chat, but I didn't believe him.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
What was y'all's least favorite one-hit kill? Mine's the one where I went, oh shit, is that Ruvik? And then he summons hands to grab you from the bottom.
Which are also one-hit kills. right?
Yeah, that is also my least favorite one because you can, especially like the last chapter, you're in battle with all these enemies and then he just shows up and it's like if you just lose focus for 1 second, he just auto kills you. It's complete bullshit.
I just dislike that in the mansion sequence when you're doing the little brain puzzles that he could just show up and fuck you over. And
like RE1?
Yeah. It's like, am I making too much noise? Did I stand up at a wrong time?
It's just completely random.
It's random. It's random as hell.
Yeah, and like
I tested that theory. Oh, I got a good one. So the guy told me that when he shows up, just go hide somewhere and wait until it passes through. I said, okay, I went and did that after my 3rd time dying to him. He walked up to the cabinet I was in, opened the cabinet, and killed me. And I was like, fuck you, game.
That's because you didn't go under the bed where he can't go, or just run around in circles.
No, he can go under the bed. I literally hid underneath the bed, and he saw me, and he walked up, and I just saw my limbs fly out from underneath the fucking bed, and I went, "Oh, okay, cool."
Oh, I just because like Also, when Ruvik shows up in that part, you can just run around in circles, and eventually he goes away.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I was sort of used to that with all the times I play Monstrum, because if you hide someplace, the monster in Monstrum can find you there, especially if they saw you duck in there. Also, sometimes they will look in a hiding space. It's not uncommon for something like that. So but in Monstrum, sometimes you get a chance. They might pull you out and toss you to the side and you can escape. Ruvik is supposed to be the all-powerful.
The game didn't get that
He's
memo.
The central mind.
But then it's not, because sometimes you can just kind of bat him away.
Yeah.
Also, what's funny is, remember the part with the invisible squid face enemies that are totally not this game's versions of mind flayers from D&D, guys?
Yes.
And one thing I found during that sequence that was really fun that I tested and proved is that if they're like visible and then they go invisible, you can immediately shoot at where they were when they were visible and you'll still miss, even though it wouldn't have been possible for them to move out of that spot in the time that you do it.
Sometimes I was able to shoot them invisibly and it worked, but it's just like
you have to do it like just right. But it's like, but I actually tested it where I'm like, oh, I've got a beat on this guy, and like I made sure I would have hit him, and then the second he went invisible, I fired at the same spot, and it just missed.
Because he ducked.
They do duck too, so. Like, that's one thing that I fucking hate about this game too, is that if Mike was playing on easy, but if you play on medium, they dodge faster than the fucking Ganados in RE4.
I'm so happy that I follow the rule of pick the easiest difficulty that is available to you, period, now. Like, what you guys described as normal sounds like a version of hell for me in playing this game. And I am because this game is hard enough on easy, like, or on whatever I play, easy. I had ammo. Like, I actually did not run out of ammo very often in this game. I also headshot a lot, surprisingly. I was actually decent. Like, I used the handgun a ton. And the shotgun ran out of ammo quite often, but I was always usually okay.
I keep telling you
stuff.
To use the guy.
Did you like how the handgun always felt like it was, like, underpowered?
Yeah, 2 headshots took out most enemies.
2?
Except for the dog.
Well, that was a boss.
Yeah.
Like regular enemies, 2 headshots until you got to the 2-headed abomination things later on. Those took 3 or 4. No, those took like 4 or 5. So, no, it didn't bother me. I didn't really have a problem with it because I usually had enough. On easy, the game usually would give me ammo when I needed it, where I needed it. And I didn't even use the crossbow until the end of the game. And yes, you guys are right. The crossbow is really good. I just didn't mess with it. I did use it in the final bosses, and it helped me win because I listened to something Rich had said at one point in the chat, and he said, upgrade those explosive arrows, and I did, and they are useful.
Yep, very useful. Also like the shock arrows and stuff. But that's another thing in the game, like the upgrade system. Like, it has them, but like I felt like so many of them didn't really even do a whole lot.
Oh, they do have their benefits. I mean, I was upgrading galore throughout the game, and my second playthrough of the game, which my playthrough for this game was the second playthrough, which allowed me to get Sebastian at full power.
Oh, the game was probably a lot more fun then.
Well, I wasn't fully at full. I didn't get to full power till towards the end of it. But the thing is, yes, it's actually, you keep all your stats from your first playthrough, what you ended at the first playthrough. So it does help that. and you have all your items that you found and picked up.
And you also get that rocket launcher.
Oh, yes, that was a fun thing. That made some of those battles so much easier, like especially like Laura's first appearance, and she starts crawling out like, nope.
So,
Man,
you didn't have to run from her.
Besides the rocket launcher, the other like stuff you get for beating the game is really weird because it's the rocket launcher, and then there's like a fully automatic sniper rifle you can get, and then I think you get a burst handgun. So instead of having a revolver, you get a handgun with a magazine. And I think the other weirder one, which is I'm like that's a weird new game plus item, is you get brass knuckles, so your melees hit a lot harder.
Oh, do you mean like so? So I actually at a couple points got to a point where like I wanted to save ammo or was out of ammo, and so I had to resort to meleeing enemies. And I had upgraded my melee several times because I'm like, oh, this will be a good backup, right? Even upgraded several levels, it still takes like a dozen punches to kill a normal enemy.
Jesus.
That's wild.
What? Then what's the point? Because I figure with the punches, if you leveled it all the way up, it's like 200%. It would take things out.
Suffering, Mike. Suffering is the point.
I didn't get it up to like 200%, but like I got to like 150 or something, or like somewhere midway. And yeah, it was still just like normal enemies. It take over a dozen punches to kill them, and I was like, this is ridiculous.
It sort of makes sense. I mean, let's face it. I mean, we're complaining about how quickly these things can take you out, which is sort of more realistic than if they are than you are dealing with the zombies in Resident Evil. I mean, look at all the lore that's out there. Resident Evil, you get bit, you're fucked. Except in the game.
No, that's not true. That's I don't believe that's exactly how it works, because there's some people who are immune in Resident Evil.
Yeah, but the key point is, I mean, your player got the plot armor on you, so this zombie bit me, but I can heal myself with an herb or a health spray. And if that was truly the case for everybody, that they could have done that at all times, this zombie outbreak would have been contained.
Do you want the game reason or do you want the book reason?
Yeah, that's what I'm basically saying. This game was more, this is going to happen to you. And the only explanation that you've got that you're surviving even as much as you are is you're in a mind space. And with so many different minds influencing things, it makes people... how many of these people that I put into STEM have watched a horror movie or might have played a horror game and know that if the main character gets hit, they're not necessarily screwed?
At least one.
Yeah. So it's basically this STEM, I think, adds to the, helps add to, this is how I'm surviving this shit. And it can have an effect on, how you perceive yourself and that. When you realize your mind can influence things, you start to gain more power.
But that's not how STEM works in Evil Within.
I think the line that I'm probably wrong if someone remembers correctly more than I do. I think there's a note that you can find somewhere that says the only reason why you have ammo and a bunch of other stuff is because Ruvik wants you to feel like you'll be able to survive, because you feeling like you'll be able to survive makes him like enjoy your suffering more or some shit like that.
Yeah, because that is something that they do establish, is that like Ruvik is kind of like a sadistic psychopath and likes toying with people. So like part of the reason why like he doesn't just like immediately do everything is because he's trying to toy with you.
He also wants people to protect Leslie.
No, he wants Leslie in general.
He wants Leslie in general, but he's going to have some people protect him, because you can't. It still doesn't make sense. I mean, Leslie's got plot armor. This is the only reason he can run through some of these things and not get attacked.
Well, that's also part of like with Leslie's brain, like because even though he's not like the master brain that Ruvik is, he can still actually consciously affect things. That's part of him being different. Like it's just a variation on plot armor, but he is able to exert control even though he's not the primary person in there.
Thing is, does Leslie know he's doing it?
No, he doesn't.
So Ruvik knows that Leslie has this capability, which means Leslie could also be Ruvik's ticket out.
Yes.
Yes.
I wish Sebastian had plot armor.
Yeah.
Wish this game made sense.
Yeah,
I will always refer back to the fact that between the castle siege and the dog fight, that was 1 day for me. 7 hours of gameplay on normal was just that section of the game, and I was so upset.
Yeah, and
I
then
don't blame you.
And then the reason why like Sebastian and the other guy, the guy with the glasses, I can't remember their names.
Oda.
Yeah, Oda. The reason why they're there is because of Kidman, because it gets revealed very late in the game that Kidman is a member of this secret Mobius group that's behind everything, and they wanted more, basically more test subjects for Ruvik, and Kidman was already embedded with the police, and so they were like, oh, Kidman's gonna basically trick her partners into being put into STEM. But however, like there's sort of it seems kind of like implied that they either didn't expect or weren't aware the extent of like Sebastian and his trauma, and how even though he's not consciously aware he's doing it, he does affect things because I do believe the whole hospital thing, that's only like vaguely part of like the overall STEM thing going on, because all of Ruvik's stuff, like there's mention of hospital, but what Sebastian is doing in there and that whole nurse is decidedly not part of what Ruvik is doing.
They're saying Sebastian's just so depressing of a person, and then it affects everybody around him.
Sebastian,
is that why Oda does the suicide attempt randomly?
No, that's because Oda is like infected.
I mean, yes, he's infected. I understand that, but like on a deeper level, is it just like, oh man, I can't be with this guy, but yeah, I'm stuck with him.
Fuck this guy.
Sebastian, and I'm going to say this, I can relate a lot to what Sebastian has gone through, and it's something that you have to know. Like some people, and I wouldn't, and if you would factor in the Evil Within 2, I don't know why I started to say Resident Evil.
Different thing.
But like,
if
I'm trying to avoid that because like it came out before, so none of what they do in Evil Within 2 like can technically have an impact here, because that's almost like revisionism.
Yeah, the side notes that you find about his backstory were added like towards the late stage of the game. It was not part of the original plot of the game. So that's why there's never a scene in the game where he's like, "Oh, I miss my wife or my daughter or whatever," because all that stuff wasn't added until like the very end.
He was just some guy.
He was just some guy originally.
But I think they needed to give a reason why he's sort of so strong in this setup.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they did.
Trauma like that can change a person. Trust me on that one.
But
it does change how you think. It changes how you look at things.
I took it that since he's in his mind, sort of, he'll have control. Like the idea in a lot of different fiction that if you're in your own dream and you realize it, then you can alter it because it's yours. And wouldn't that be the same with your brain? You could alter your thoughts because it's you.
Well, that's entirely true.
Yeah. Because all of the hospital stuff, a large chunk of that is Sebastian actually influencing it, even though he doesn't know it. Because yeah,
the brain stuff is you doing dream stuff.
Also, when it goes from being like relatively clean to becoming decay, that's also like Sebastian's influence. Also, the nurse lady is, I believe she is also part of Sebastian's influence. That's actually one of the kind of cool things, because like the whole game she's just there. It kind of seems like maybe she's some sort of like just like recreation of a person or not a real person. But then there's a little flyer you find where it turns out that nurse lady was someone, I believe it was at the hospital. I want to say it was Ruvik, but like at a mental hospital who like went missing.
Yeah. So the big twist at the end of the game is, I believe you go missing. Like the opening of the game's real. So when Ruvik pops up, it's actually you getting kidnapped, and then you waking up inside of the inside of STEM.
Okay. Yeah. That makes a little, because I was always like, I'm like, it was never like totally clear how they wound up in STEM. But that would make sense, especially since like he sees Ruvik in the security cam.
Yeah, and it's what was it? It's the way you figure it out, which is like is through weird storytelling. As long as that's why I made that post about the stuff to look at, because eventually, if you keep going through the safe room, you will find a news article about how crime has gone up and more people have gone missing in the city, which is ridiculous. And then also you see stuff where there's police now going missing, and then through the missing posters, you eventually find Kidman, then Joseph, and then Sebastian.
Oh, those actually matter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never read them. I
said
grabbed them.
they did.
Well, because you said they did, I made sure to do it.
Every major person you see in the game,
yeah,
you're gonna find a missing poster for.
Yeah, because what is it? The news articles have some stuff too that goes towards the weird, mostly towards Ruvik's backstory, which I think was originally there, because that does have mentions in it. Like you find out about them not actually trying to set him on fire, like Ron said earlier. What was the other thing? You find out that I think isn't there like a cult that they mentioned at some point too? Is the cult also the reason?
I think there's a cult somehow.
I don't know if there was a. I think that was Mobius, the whole shadowy government organization deal. Well, it's not a government organization. That's Mobius.
It's
cover story from Mobius.
The cult symbols, the one that look like the Ganado Resident Evil symbol. Okay.
And is there a coincidence that we have a Mobius and a Morbius and Matrix?
No, that's a joke.
Yeah. I don't think so.
But because Mobius isn't even revealed until like the very end, and it's like a file or a throwaway line where they go, "Oh, it's Mobius," and it's what?
They don't get a name until you don't get a name. You do see signs of them beforehand.
One is they do the thing that I always love is when you go back to the mental home, you can actually use your melee and you can crack open the gate that goes to the door that goes to like the rest of the mental home. But also there's a room you find with a note that says it's Mobius and goofy shit. And I think there's an actual chair in there that you can use too.
Yeah, because it's toward the end. They do actually name drop Mobius, and because you basically find out about Mobius pretty much the same time you find out that Kidman is actually part of Mobius.
Kidman.
Oh,
Nicole Kidman.
I'm watching a video right now. This is off top, but I have to mention it before it leaves my head. Did anybody know that apparently when you're fighting Laura, right when she spawns in the red mist, you can drop a match on her?
That's funny.
That makes sense.
Did not know that.
How often did y'all die at that boss fight? Because that boss fight's really fucking annoying if you don't know what you're doing.
Which one?
Which one?
Okay, so you're right. Because there's that first sequence where you walk up and she blows up out of the ground and you have to hit the match in the corner. I mean the actual boss fight where you're locked in a room with her and you have to drop her into a furnace and shit.
That was easier than the second time you have to fight her.
Is the second one the one where you run around and have to
fire that way?
Well, yeah, and I think with the match thing, because you can if you have a crap ton of ammo, you can actually beat her with weapons, but there's like stun states you can put her in where you can run up and drop a match on her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. The first time I only died like once or twice. The second time was much more, but like maybe 5 times.
Oh, and speaking of the matches and like overall stuff that like feels so that feels like so half baked and obviously pulled from other sources, the whole matches thing in Evil Within, like
the dead bodies from remake.
Yep, yeah. It's so clearly, but it's also completely unnecessary because well, one, not every enemy comes back, and two, if you just shoot them more once they're downed, they die permanently.
Really?
Yeah.
You just have to remember which ones that are the ones that you downed when you get a whole bunch of them.
No, there's actually not really. There's also if you do get the crit headshots, they can't come back from that. Yeah, and then if you use the torch, that also they can't come back from that.
Wait, what do you mean come back?
Get back up.
There's that whole match mechanic from the Resident Evil remake. Well, some of the enemies can get back up after you down them the first time. But and the idea is like you down them and then like you drop a match on them to burn them and then they're gone for good. But you never actually have to use that mechanic because if an enemy goes down, you can just shoot them more. And if they were going to get back up, shooting them more kills them.
That's a waste of ammo, though.
They never got back up for me on easy. I did burn people.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah,
they got back up for me.
They did for me as well.
It's not everyone, and there's those sequences where you're palling around with Oda, and who is for some reason more competent in a fight than you could ever hope to be. And you can actually tell which ones will get back up, because the ones that will, he'll just keep shooting until they die.
And he's got unlimited ammo.
Unlimited ammo. Yeah, he's great.
So I think who mentioned, was it Nate or Dominic who played in Dead Space after this?
Oh, I'm not.
Probably me.
So I am also I stopped playing this because I was like, man, I really want to get high, but I can't not play this game high because I tend to fuck up. So I was like, I'm gonna stop playing this. I've beaten this twice. I'm gonna go ahead and play Dead Space. It's really weird going to Dead Space because I'm high as fuck as Dead Space, and I'm having like a great time. I just beat it like today, and I was high the whole time. Which being high does not make this game better.
And also, Dead Space is a really good game.
Was the remake, which is an even better game in my opinion. But
I think the Callisto Protocol is a good game as well, better than this.
That's fair too.
You know, what's sad is you're right.
One.
You are completely right.
As we talked about in that episode, it's a very similar discussion point of like what that game represents to that company at that time. Yeah. And like the director involved and everything. It's the same thing of like, oh yeah, you were popular for making Dead Space. Do that again.
By the way, I was looking things up. The person that's in the cell next to you in the safe haven, it appears that character was Ivan Diaz.
Vince Vaughn.
Oh, okay.
Jennifer
Her
Lopez.
name is.
So I have a question. Nate, what part really pissed you off? I want to know. Anything particular?
Oh, let's see. So, in the main menu, when you hit new game,
That doesn't take long for you.
No, legitimately, I think the Laura stuff is frustrating, but I really think it's chapter 10. Whichever chapter is super long, has the carousel of knives or blades where you have to duck, but then the enemies can there's a sniper and he can just shoot you, and whenever Sebastian gets shot by the sniper, he's like, I need to stand up. Why? And then you get a gunshot wound,
you stand up. No,
and then there's the Laura part of that chapter where I was just like, I had the rocket launcher this playthrough, and I was like, this will be easy peasy. But for whatever reason, the rocket launcher was not hitting her, and so she would just then one hit kill me. And I was like, oh my god. So then I tried to use the valves, and that didn't work because I shot the valve once because she was right in front of it, and then I ran around and she went around the fire, and I was like, fuck you. I was like, how dare you?
Yeah, because if you don't do the fire when she's underneath it, she just won't go underneath it then. She's like, well, fuck you, it's on.
I get some survival instinct. I'm sorry, this is a video game.
Yeah, she won't do it.
Speaking of chapter 10, how about that boss in the parking garage?
Yeah, then the boss in the my first playthrough of that, I was like, he's so fast. And then I was trying to use my sniper, I want to say.
Also the only two-phase boss fight in the game.
Chapter 10 sucks.
Was that the one where you were having the big blowout crash out?
Yes, that boss fight. Because in phase 2, he becomes this evil eye thing that runs at you, and if he gets near you, it's an auto kill.
Man,
is that the one that also disappears?
No,
that's the squid. The one that
and then
invisible.
But also if you're too far away from him, you can't shoot him. He's invincible. There's some weird bubble thing or whatnot. So you have to shoot him when he gets close, but he's also a damage sponge. And like that part, legitimately, I almost quit the game, and I only wound up finishing it because I got really lucky on that last attempt. Yeah. That boss fight, I straight up I was ready to just walk away and just come into this going, nope, I didn't finish it because of this, but I wound up getting past it.
Now, I will
say... Knowing that was in my future, I was like, oh god, if I'm having trouble with the castle siege, no.
I will say, when I got frustrated at this game, I would load up Hollow Knight Silk Song, and then I would get frustrated at that game, and then I'd be like, I'm going back to Evil Within. Just the worst 2 weeks of my life.
So
I think you need Animal Crossing or something, sweet in between those to help. I'm going to do this cozy game.
It was just I hate myself part 1. God, I really hate myself part 2.
Can I interest you in Hades 2?
When it comes to PS5, yeah.
I think it is. I think it's already it's at 1.0. I think it came out for everything already.
No, it's got timed exclusive.
Oh goddamn! I could tell y'all I got soft locked in the fucking game, and I wanted to say it for the podcast.
Oh man, what part?
So I had to restart 3 times on the part where you're with Joseph and you walk into the castle area and you're being shot at by fucking turret. And
Yeah, that part sucked.
I went through that part 3 fucking times going, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Twice. And then the third time went, oh yeah, the game doesn't tell you. You have to shoot the fucking enemies on the fucking turret. And I went, oh, I used all my fucking sniper rifle ammo to take out all the enemies. Let me restart one goddamn time for the last time.
I think that there should be some sniper rifle ammo in the area.
There is.
If this was a good game.
No, like
that area does give you like unlimited enemies though, so that does give you some ammo.
It does not give you unlimited enemies. There are times I walked around and I was like, where are all the enemies at? And there's none. I killed all of them.
I distinctly remember they will come and attack you from the castle if you're not doing the turrets. Huh. Like they will come at you from the side to go up the ladder.
Listen, that entire section of the game is like a fever dream to me. I know I got past it because I know chapter 10.
Are you talking about the part with the 3 like containers with the guys with the crossbow turret?
Yes, that part.
No, the enemies do stop coming after a while. I ran out of enemies too. I didn't run out of ammo, but I ran out of enemies also.
Yeah, I was having them coming forever.
Well, you can't use the handgun at a certain length. The fucking thing, Sebastian wobbles like a fat kid looking at a Twinkie.
Not when you upgrade it.
Yeah. If you do upgrade the handgun, it's pretty.
And I was always upset at that part because they give you the mirror one time to go in before it starts. And then they also give you like a really nice chest room to get a bunch of cool shit.
Like playing on normal, it got very frustrating how they like gave you resources because of how sparse they were and how it was spread out amongst all the weapons. I couldn't focus my upgrades on any individual weapon because if I did, I would invariably run out of ammo for that weapon and have to use weapons that weren't upgraded. So I had to spread my upgrades out, which I didn't like. And I had to really focus on increasing the amount I could carry. I hated that. I hated that entire upgrade path. That was
wrong,
dumb.
Ron? You don't want to use a whole bunch of upgrade points for one extra bullet? What?
That's a whole other thing I'm going to complain about with the upgrades. It so much feels like they said they looked at the weapon upgrades in Resident Evil 4 and said, well, we're going to do it betterer. And so they said, we're going to let you upgrade everything. And for one, it's way too much. 2, they give you so much gel that it's ridiculous. And 3, upgrades to up your ammo capacity by tiny increments. Like, really, what were they thinking with that? Completely. What? And then there's the stupid melee upgrades and the stamina upgrades for running, where if you have that maxed, he manages to run like a smoker who only smoked half a pack a day as opposed to 3. So much of the upgrades are just garbage and should not have been there.
So it's funny that you mentioned that because am I the only one that feels like when Sebastian ran, they just made the camera shake harder to make you think you're running? Because I feel like he never ran.
His running was so minimal to begin with. Doesn't really matter.
He moved faster, but did anyone upgrade to stamina? I didn't see a point.
Eventually, I did.
I upgraded
it. Was so piss poor.
Yeah, I upgraded it, but you go through it so fast. Like it's still like at full, you're still only getting like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
here's a question, or something I experienced. I'm curious if everyone else did. But like, as I understood after a while, okay, map fragments, you collect those, yada yada yada. It took me until that puzzle with the coffins, I think, before I was like, oh, I can shoot those little statues.
Oh, that whole thing.
Oh,
yeah, I noticed
keys?
that.
Yeah,
I noticed that several chapters in.
I saw them. I'm like, I can't hit them. I can't just like melee them. So I don't understand what's up with these.
Actually, some of them you could.
Yeah. You can melee some of them. One of them is on a bird that's flying around in a room, which is weird. But at that point,
I have an old YouTube video of me trying to shoot that bird in 2014, and I called it Duck Dynasty.
Amazing.
I did that. I was grabbing things as I spotted them. So, once I realized some of the stuff was there later on, that's when I started grabbing them. The second time I played through, which was for the podcast here, I was actually using a walkthrough to grab everything I could.
That's smart.
I think that the evidence locker stuff could have been better.
So
Because I feel like that could have been an upgrade path, or that could have been like a replenishing point.
It's another thing that they put in the game that if it had been developed more, could have been cool, which I think is most of this game.
Like it would be cool to be like, okay, I can just get unlimited Magnum rounds now if I go there between every chapter. But no, it's just like you get the one set and then you're done.
Yeah, you can, if you grab everything from one of those lockers, or I think those were supposed to be
they're lockers.
Yeah,
it's safety deposit boxes.
Good, that's a good description. Yeah, if you grab everything that's in it, and there's actually 2 of them that have keys in them.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. Yeah, because in those deposit boxes, when you open them up, it has the resources, and you only and it only like closes for good when you actually take all of the resources out. Because I opened some that had ammo, it would have gone over my capacity because for some reason I couldn't carry more than half an extra reload. Yeah. And so I would take what I could, and then later on when I went back, that ammo would still be there.
So, and the locker would still be open.
Yeah, it's
right,
useful.
But once that's gone though.
Yeah, to save stuff though.
Yeah.
The map is actually a neat little thing you don't necessarily go through the whole of Crimson City, but it's a nice little thing to get an idea of this area you are supposed to be in.
Oh, is there a reward for completing the map?
Yes, that's the
sniper rifle, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they punch you in the nuts.
Chapter 16, let's go.
So listen up, kings, queens, and everyone in between. I will give you Joe's #1 method on how to not have this game piss you the fuck off.
Don't play it.
You upgrade the agony bow all the fucking way. That means ammo for it, to where you can carry 5 rounds, max distance, max reload, whatever you feel like doing first. And then you upgrade the fucking agony bolt to where they set on fire, because it's easily usable to kill enemies that are the Ruvik the Ruvik knockoffs. Those will die in 1 hit. And I shit you not, I killed Safehead the first boss fight where you're doing like the gas. I didn't have it on the fire one. I had it on like level 4. In the finals over 5, I also one-shot him the whole time, and it only cost 2 junk. That's right, 2 testicles to make an agony bolt.
But it's 50,000 to get that last level, which
you'll get it by chapter 9, which is the best place to get it.
If you save up and don't, so I follow the method that every time I went to the
I swear I had that much by like chapter 3.
I don't think I did, but I don't think it was chapter 9. But I also spent it constantly. Every time I go to the mirror, I would upgrade whatever I could. Like upgrade my handgun, upgrade my health.
I did it.
Yeah, I have 1,000 left. I'll just do whatever for 1,000, Alex.
Yeah, that was my whole. And I was using the guide, but I also didn't get all of the keys because sometimes they're like, oh, there's a statue up here. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Fuck this place. Let's get out of here. So I grabbed some, but I didn't, I would miss stuff all the time. I would try to play some of this game without a guide, but man, this game is it's not confusing where to go, but it's hard.
No.
I know we've moved on from the castle chapter or the castle siege.
We can go back.
No one moves on from that.
Just real quick, a special fuck you to whoever made it to where Joseph could fall off the edge. Like,
really?
Yeah, there was one part where I ran ahead down to where the turrets are, and I was like, you just deal with these enemies. And on easy, he got knocked down, and like a little cutscene showed of him like hanging on the edge. And I was like, what? And so I started like making my way back to him, and then he just fell. And I was like, why?
You abandoned him.
Evil.
So then I hung out by him. And I got a trophy for pulling him up from the ledge just by standing near him when he got knocked down. But I was like, why put this in the game? Like, he already has health. Like, just let that be the thing.
So, Nate, I have to ask, when are you platinuming this game?
Oh.
Mike, I'll be honest with you. When I started this game, I said, oh, this would be really fun to go back and platinum. And then I started playing on easy on New Game Plus and was getting my ass kicked. And I was like, I'm good. I don't need that blood pressure increase in my life.
So here's a fun fact, if anything, since Mike said that. Mike, do you know platinum this game is physically impossible and only 0.1% people have the platinum for this game? Can you fucking guess why?
Somehow there's a multiplayer achievement? Or is
No.
This game has Akuma mode.
Yeah.
Which basically all the enemies, even the fucking bear traps can one-shot you, and the bombs move at triple the speed.
No.
Who the fuck wants to play that?
You might as well play normal easy mode and then have someone vice your balls every time you get hit if you really want that much of a challenge. Oh, also, I don't think there's any save states too. I think you have to reload on your save.
I think there's checkpoints because there's
has to be. This
a
game is
YouTuber
not...
that I will watch for like really hard.
This game isn't worth a one-hit kill mode.
Yeah, it is not.
No,
but
it's not.
he has an Akumu video, like a easy path through Akumu, and there's the checkpoints still pop up during it. Because I was watching when I played this game,
Okay.
and, I was
and you were like, "There is no way I'm doing that."
There's no way I cannot. I've watched him and followed him when I did Resident Evil 0 this year, and like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
that. Oh my god, dude! Oh, that game.
God, I'm glad Mike picked RE5 and not RE0 this year because if you picked
Yeah.
RE0, that might be the one I wasn't gonna play.
Mike is not picking RE0 for the record.
Oh, thank God!
As much as I should do it because we're doing like the whole series.
You have to do it if you're doing the whole series. Then
no,
Well, yeah, but the good news
don't
is they keep making other games that I haven't done yet on the show. So we can keep
Eventually, you'll
going.
get there.
You sure?
it's okay. One day
So-
we'll sit there and go, oh man, we gotta do 0, and then they'll go, hey, we're remaking 0, and I'll go, awesome.
I mean, that's still what I do
It'll be a
both.
different game.
Yes,
But
I would
like-
still have to do the original, but that's neither here nor there.
During his Akumu playthrough, he is doing like commentary. Shout outs to Optinu, by the way, probably the best platinum walkthrough guy on YouTube. But he was like, I think this mode is easier than the trophy where you have to beat the game on normal with no upgrades.
That sounds like ass.
What?
Yeah, because he's like, at least you can upgrade in Akumu mode, but normal with no upgrades. He's like, I think I had a harder time with that one. I was like,
I would
fuck
rather-
this.
what the hell is that guy smoke? What was
the-
the person smoking when they thought up beat the game with no upgrades? That's a great challenge.
I would
Actually,
rather.
that's not even that different than just playing the game on normal normally because it's such a pain in the ass.
I would
Because as I
rather
mentioned,
fight a bear covered in honey.
Now, is the
like-
bear covered in honey or you're covered in honey?
I mean, we could both be covered in honey if he wants to. I really don't care.
I mean,
think
if he's covered in honey, he might, it'll be fine because he won't be interested in you.
I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's not that much different than playing on normal because it'd still be a pain in the ass. Because even though I did all those upgrades, almost none of them felt as though they had any real impact. So
That's also sad.
yeah.
I think
They
a good.
do have an impact. It just you don't necessarily notice it unless you take the time to, notice it.
I think a good kind of like primer for people who have not played the game that kind of explains its frustrations is the very beginning where you're taught to do stealth, but they give you the option to go up to the butcher and stealth kill him, except you don't. Like they want you to run away, but they will still let you go up to him and do the thing. Even though they haven't told you how to stealth kill yet, they'll still let you do it.
They are saying, fuck you. Will you do the right thing or the wrong thing?
Yeah.
I just feel like when they were making this game, they were looking at like popular horror games at the time, like Amnesia and stuff, and they're like, oh, we want you to hide from the big enemies. But then they were also like, but you should also have an arsenal of weapons that you can use at your disposal. And those two ideas just don't work together.
Okay, this is a new IP, so you got to give us a world on the level of Resident Evil. You've done it before, man. Come on.
Yeah.
And that first chapter, I mean, let's face it. You're running, you're avoiding traps, you're trying to avoid the chainsaw bastard. It just, part of that reminds me of the first level in Tomb Raider 2. Because once you get to a certain point, it's run, avoid traps.
And we're shooting tigers in a cavern.
Well,
that would have been more fun.
But except you're not shooting the tigers in the cavern, but you're just trying to run. And if you screw up once, it's fuck you, it's over.
Oh, and it has the obligatory, what is it? That one movie reference that a ton of games did where the person falls into the blood in the bodies.
Oh, from Descent?
Yeah, Descent, yeah. It has that in there.
You know what? Speaking of that, I forgot. Anybody remember? Because it continues from this. Is that Shinji Mikami or all horror in general with having gruesome death? Because Rich mentioned Tomb Raider, and this game also has deaths where, like, if certain enemies kill you, Sebastian just gets his ass absolutely whooped and devastated.
Callisto Protocol also has it.
Callisto Protocol also has that. I forgot to mention that during that fucking recording.
I feel
You're
like Dead
thinking of-
Space does that too.
Yeah,
Dead Space does too. Yeah,
a lot of games will do.
Yeah, a lot.
Start doing
A lot
that.
of them do that. It's not everyone.
But I think
RE4 started.
I want to say
or at least
RE4
made it popular.
started.
At least made it known.
Yeah.
But then there was
Hey,
also
Joe,
like
you're-
Mortal Kombat that gave you the X-ray mode. And it's
Yeah,
The X-ray
you're
mode is very silly, and I'll defend that. Like
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is
mind
silly.
I don't mind the gruesome deaths in horror games by various
either.
enemies. But when Laura catches me for the 16th fucking time, I want to skip her bashing my face in.
Well,
Yes,
the worst part about Lisa is not even that it's a one-hit kill,
Laura.
is that you have to watch her beat, like you're saying, bashing you in, and your health starts to go down before it goes all the way down. I'm like, why even do this? Like the game doesn't have to. I know it.
That's
It's
even like more frustrating because it makes you think that like you're gonna get out of it and that your health upgrades matter, and then you realize they don't.
It's
Like-
one of the reasons why I hate Arkham Asylum is that the Joker scenes are unskippable when you die. You do not need to see this. Fucking go on.
But like, I wonder if they cribbed that from Dead Space, because there's like in the original Dead Space, there's different one-hit kills and like two where when you're hit, the life bar on Isaac's back goes down. But that's diegetic. Like that's in the game. That's lore explained. Like, hey, if you look at the back of someone in this universe, you will see their health. The health bar is not something that Sebastian looks at, comments on, he's like, oh yeah, now I'm 10% healthier, so it's just, I feel you, Mike. Like it's frustrating.
It's just, just have her smack me in the face and murder me and get it over with faster so I don't have to think that maybe if I hit buttons on my controller, I can escape her, which I tried, by the way, just because. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
So.
It's one of those. It's just to add to the impact, I guess, of it.
Oh, it added to an impact, all right, of hatred.
Rub salt in the wound.
Oh, it did. I mean, this game did constantly. Like, I don't mind stealth in games. The stealth in this game pissed me off a lot. And the traps.
Well, the problem is you tried to be stealthy.
Off and on. I tried to be stealthy when they looked at me, then the handgun came out and we were done. They were done. It was just, okay, I'll shoot you in the face now. That was it.
Now, imagine if Laura killed you, your health bar goes down, you're frustrated from that, but then they add the Arkham series taunts from the boss where she's like, now who's too hot to handle, and you're like, oh, that would be frustrating.
That would be
I
like
actually fucking hate that. That sounds awful. Thank you for
seen
describing my
clips
personal
of those
hell.
from Arkham Asylum. I've seen compilations of those.
Mike, the stealth section in the final chapter, how did you like that?
You were right. You had commented before, you're like, this is bullshit. I'm like, okay. So I'm starting out, I'm like, it's not too bad. And then they add some of the traps. And the whole thing is the moment you get seen, you teleport back to the beginning of this little section, but also you can then get killed. And I'm just like, this is just stupid.
It's
Wait,
the
is that the
life
part with the lighthouse?
episode 5 effect of like we gotta wrap it up somehow.
And like
Nine Palace gameplay.
Before that, you talk to the guy next to you in the cell, and he's like, watch out for Ruvik's eyes. But like then you go through a combat arena where Ruvik's eyes are on the side of the arena, and you're like, okay, am I looking out for that? Like the advice made no sense.
It does throw you. I admit the first time I played through it, and those videos are up on YouTube, because I played through this initially for my channel, and I started last year and finished it earlier this year. And then Mike said about being, the episode, and I said I'll be on and I'll play it through it again. And first time I played, Ruvik's eyes. Watch out. Okay, I shoot the eyes. No. Okay, maybe that's not what I have to do, and I have to get rid of all these idiots. And that's the first time I did that. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that does throw you. But it's like it proves to have a point later.
As much as anything has a point in this game.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk. I mean, we talked about also our friendly neighborhood safehead, the Keeper.
Okay. The Keeper is actually, I did like the Keeper, and that can be chalked up into yet another one of those games. Oh, this would be a lot cooler if they did more with it. I did think it was a cool design. I like the whole safe head thing. And the actual fights with the Keeper, I did like. I liked the whole thing where there were all the heads around, and you would kill it, and then it'd resurrect, and then in one of the fights where it deliberately kills itself so it can resurrect next to you. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is a cool scene.
Cool, disturbing, but cool.
Yeah, it's just like that. That was something in the game that I'm like, oh, it's like these parts are cool. I wish there was more of this.
And then when they threw 2 of them at you,
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
I love Silent Hill.
Yeah, but that's also a tense fight. Like,
yeah, it's actually
that
if
stuff
you
I
don't
didn't
do
mind.
it right. If you don't
'Cause it
do
was
it right,
like,
it's very
oh.
tense.
And
because it's also got those little things driving around on the one floor.
Now see
Oh,
what you
oh yeah, the evil Roombas.
Yeah.
the whole room.
oh yeah, the blade. But no,
Oh, God,
to what
those things,
Nate was
Jesus.
saying, like the combat isn't that bad. Like when you actually get to like fight and you're in control, it feels good.
Yeah.
It's the fucking instant death bullshit all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of like when the game is actually like firing on all cylinders, it's pretty good because there's also a section later on where you're in like a maze with a bunch of traps and you have to go around the maze and fight a bunch of guys. That part is really cool and really fun just cuz you can actually sneak around. You can run around and like bait guys into things and like control the flow of combat. And it's one of those things where yet again I'm like, geez, I wish there was more of this. I would have liked this game a lot more if there were more of sections like this. But it's basically there's like one section late in the game where that happens, and then that's it.
I mean,
one thing I want to talk about that bus level where they try to mix up the formula a little bit.
What a great time!
That was actually a good level. I mean, that was actually a lot of fun.
It's the equivalent of playing as the girl in Chaos Legion for a level.
Nah.
You're like, finally something else.
I watched the story recap after I beat the game. The level with the fish that one hit kills you.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
the fish.
those.
The guy, it was from a channel called Deep Dives, but he was like, oh, the art book, they point out like that in earlier design, it was this, it's based on a folklore thing. And then it was about this girl who was like despised for her looks or something like that. I'm horribly paraphrasing this, by the way. But they're like, if you look really closely, like you can still see the braces on her teeth on the in-game enemy model. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't look that closely because really I was just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? This thing moves so goddamn fast.
I'm so sick of this thing eating my ass.
Exactly. Yeah, why would you be looking at the teeth while it's chomping on you and you're pissed off? Like,
okay, this is actually another thing in the game that is disappointing once you realize what it is and how it's the evil matrix. They have all this there are specific enemies that have backstories that you can find, and then you realize it's all fake, and you're just like, well, why would you even have this?
Yeah, and like I don't know. It's so frustrating to me where it's like the story could have been good, but I had to go outside of the game to watch a 1.5 hour YouTube video from a guy who was like, to get a clear view of the story to his understanding, he's like, I had to play this game like 5 or 6 times. Yeah, it's like that's so frustrating.
Yeah, like I went into it for the playthrough for this. I knew what it was when I went in, so I knew what was going on, which then does have things make more sense. But I was just trying to look at it from like what I remember and what it would be like someone this is their first time playing. And so much of it is just, it's so disjointed. Like I said, the plot doesn't even really get going until you're in the back third of the game. And it's so caught up in having this mystery. And then and you find this backstory. And then you basically find out it's all fake. And it's like, what?
The appearance of mystery does not necessitate that the mystery is automatically interesting.
Exactly.
And that's something this game does not quite grasp.
Yeah,
it's how I feel when I watch, like when I was watching trailers for Death Stranding before that came out. And I was like, there's nothing going on in this. You're just like, oh, look at this weird thing I created, but you're not giving me anything more than just like, look at this weird thing I created. It is frustrating. I don't like Death Stranding, but
I love Death Stranding. Death Stranding is such a bad.
I knew that was coming.
Well, I mean, I'm sure, but like, I just, it's Kojima unedited, and it's like, I love Metal Gear 1 through 4. I think that guy needs an editor, like someone to be like, let's rein this in a little and actually make a story, and not just like, whoa, weird monsters in oil. Isn't that crazy? Look,
I would rather have the excesses and the weird shit versus, okay, Shinji Mikami, you can make a thing, but make it Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, that's not like this game.
There is no world where you can convince me that some guy called Die Hard Man is cool.
It's meant to be cool. Like that's the thing.
He dies hard, man.
Just because he's a guy that wears a black skull mask and is pretending to be that the one guy from Marvel Comics, and his name is Die Hard Man, doesn't make him cool.
Look,
the scene where he cries is like one of the best scenes in the game. Also,
does he cry while wearing his skull mask?
I don't remember.
Mike, put Death Stranding on the show so I can play through it.
Okay, I actually want to. It's been on my list to get around to. It's just that it's a long game.
Also, to be fair, I have not played Death Stranding because I don't want to play Hideo Kojima unedited.
That is a fair statement.
And that's so bonkers to me because it's like we talk about these great directors and these great writers, and it's like the dream is for them to finally just have their way and be like, fuck you, I'm not making this thing that you're forcing me to make over and over and over again.
But like, I mean, it's like because like I'm not sure I buy the idea that Shinji Mikami was forced to make Evil Within to be like Resident Evil 4, because so much of it comes across like someone was going, I'm going to do that but betterer and cooler, and no, it's just not.
I actually agree with that. I think this game is both a combination of Shinji Mikami going batshit crazy, but also people letting him go batshit crazy just a little bit.
Yeah,
like 3 feels like Shinji Mikami Unbound, but also given a budget. So there is that.
Yeah, it's just like I like, because there's so many things in Evil Within, and I go, there's a cool idea, but that's either not focused on or is not expanded upon in a way that
there's no vision. There's nothing that I feel like with Evil Within that's like, this is the idea, this was the core thing, and this is how it expanded from there.
Yeah, and what's even funnier is I think they could, because like it's not cohesive, and I think they really could have done that by just having like 1 or 2 more scenes where it hints at Sebastian waking up from the STEM device, because then it would have actually tied it together.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Death Stranding is a much better game than this. There's much more to say with Death Stranding than this.
I'll have to take your word for it right now.
I mean, I'm assuming Death Stranding won't make me swear as much as this game did, so there's that.
No, well.
I mean, when you fall over, it's sometimes upsetting, but
One thing I also have to mention, did anyone else play this on Steam Deck?
No.
I played this on 360, which I think is a little comparable to your situation.
I tried to. It was way too small, and I gave up.
It is smaller. He's not wrong. I had a ton of crashes, and it could have been me because I was stupid when I bought my Steam Deck and bought the cheaper one. So I have to install games on my SD card, not the whatever the hell fuck it's called, the drive itself. And so that could be part of it. But man, this game crashed so fucking much that had I not been in a place with awful internet, I would have just downloaded this on my PC and played it that way. But I was at a hotel that was like, internet? What's internet? We hear I dial up. It wasn't down. I felt like it
froze at the end of chapter 13 every time I tried to save. It was just something it wouldn't let me do.
No, see, from what I've heard, which is very fair, well, besides the fact that I mentioned it earlier how this was a console transfer because they tried to make this for the 360 and for the One. And the One also being ass, but also I looked up online on how to fix it on my Steam Deck, and there was a post that was made like 2 years ago where basically when this was ported to the PC, they went, hey, this isn't going to work very well, but what are you going to do to fix it, Windows? Okay, bye. So... No, this game's not greatly optimized on the PC. In fact, this game's not optimized great at all because when they first came out with the patch to get rid of the fucking black bars, it crashed the game for like several people, and they took like forever for them to fix it.
Yeah,
I think even patching the black bars, I think there's frame rate issues after they fix it. Like playing with the black bars, I didn't really notice them as much, but then like removing the black bars, it's very noticeable.
I like the black bars. That felt like an actual design decision that was like interesting.
Oh, that was a decision? I thought it was just something to do with like the graphics like couldn't fit on my Steam Deck.
Oh, they wanted a widescreen 16:9 film thing.
I don't know. I didn't have any technical issues in my game. When I played it, I was just playing it on PC, but I'm assuming that probably has more to do with the fact that I'm playing a PC that was built several years after the game came out. And when it was built, it was a higher end PC, so it probably just powered through any issues the game tried to throw up.
And it was maybe like, because with PCs, it could be something like that was this, at that time was something that the games were doing. I don't know. PC can be strange sometimes, so.
But yeah, I'll give the game that for me. At least technically, it ran fine. So.
Okay, you didn't. Oh, you have no idea how many times I had glitches. Like I had to do some boss fights twice, not because of my own fault, but like the Laura fight. There were 3 times I got to that tunnel where you have to shoot the valve. The first time I fucked up, I was your second time the game crashed on me. Third time, I was like, okay, like I was getting irritated. I did not. There was no part of me that liked this game. Oh, any last things you guys want to say before we go to questions, comments, and memories?
On 360, like I would say that overall the experience fine. It's just that sometimes the textures got really ugly, PS1 jaggy kind of shit. So that was kind of weird but interesting in a way too.
Just for final thoughts, I will say, even though I spent the vast majority of this time just kind of crapping all over this game, it's not like the worst thing I've ever played. I managed to pick it up when it was on sale. I got the game with its DLC for like $7. And you know what? For $7, it was a fine game. But looking back at it, while I remember enjoying it brand new at full price, if I were to buy that today, I would be very disappointed if I bought it at full price.
I got mine free from Epic. The second one.
You paid the right price then, Richard.
That is the right price because the second one's the better game.
I had this on Steam. I don't know. I think I got it in a bundle because it's me. But yeah, I don't know. All right.
When Mike asked me to play this, I spent $5 on it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No,
I did too. It was pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's the most.
No, $5 is a good price. It just I mean, like, how much I dislike this game.
It's just like, hey, if you want to play like a somewhat decent RE4 knockoff and you can find it for like under $10, sure, give it a whirl.
Is that a fair thing to say to RE4 knockoff if it's made by the guy who made RE4?
It's still an RE4 knockoff.
Okay, that's fair.
100%.
Anyways.
So, questions, comments, and memories. First from the I watched the entire Overblood Super replay from Nikolai Jensen. I kind of like how messy it is since you are supposed to be inside the mind of a killer anyway. I have a lot of fond memories for it at least. Yeah, keep those memories, keep them intact, and never play this game again. Here you go, from Lucas Harris. I was so excited for this game. It was one of the most anticipated games ever for me, and then I played it. It was my number one most disappointing game of 2014.
Also fair.
I could vibe with that.
I was disappointed too. I had actually high hopes for this game before I started playing it. I had high hopes. And then I played it.
It's okay, Mike. Prepare to have the opposite experience where we play the first part of the DLC where it sucks ass because you don't have a gun, you have to hide. And
you mean this game?
And then we play the DLC.
We're never playing the DLC for this game.
The DLC is good though. I recommend it as a short. It's actually pretty good.
I don't own it, and if you think there's any part of me that wants to buy it and then go back to this game, you got another thing coming. That's what I gotta say.
So if I donate money to the Patreon, will you put it toward the DLC?
Yeah, but the guy who controls the Patreon not going to put a thing there to put it toward.
Someone, you know what? We'll cut it in half. Mike, make a Patreon for what DLC you haven't played yet, and we'll see if people within wins, and I'll try to see which ones you haven't played.
Just give me your Venmo.
All right, I don't.
Or you can just skip it.
I don't want to own it. So. Hey, I still haven't done Doom 3 DLC or expansion pack from like 3 years ago I've been meaning to do, or the Half-Life DLC, or the 2 Phoenix Rising DLC. I get the DLC sometimes. I don't. It depends. A lot of times I'm just done.
He's planning the Doom 3 DLC. He's already asked me about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it many times. I've never actually put it in like a commitment yet.
Have you asked Kenneth yet?
Yes, and he said yes and no, depending on timing.
There you go.
That's also part of it.
If you're listening to this, go to the Patreon or go to our Discord.
Go to Discord.
Make Mike make the DLC Patreon list, and then we'll just do that because he literally just gnawed off 4 DLCs.
You could do like a roulette thing, or like any kind of like
just
voting.
Put it
thing.
on a list and never get to it. That's what you do.
And then he forgets about that list, and then he asks me what he wants me to do.
You have other questions to get to.
Yeah.
Yes. From Casey Hecox, friend of the show. First time I played it, I thought it was pretty awful. The PS4 version ran pretty choppy, and I thought it felt bad to play. I went back to it on my PC a couple years ago and had a better time. Also, being able to disable some of the most obnoxious screen filters made it less visually annoying, too. It's not a game I call great, but I love its scattershot. We'll put every kind of horror vibe in here mentality. Evil Within 2 is pretty cool, too. Yeah, unfortunately, this one hurt me, so we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, he sounds like someone who went into the mindset of, yeah, it ain't great, but you know what? I could down a couple beers and play some janky horror game and have a good time.
I could.
Yeah, he's a good guy. On the show, too. He's on a couple other horror games. Prey, for one. And from Curtis Willier Jr., been meaning to get into this and its sequel. It's been on my backlog a minute. I don't recommend it. But hey, you never know. I mean, you might be into the torture.
Fine. but the second one will probably be better. I didn't replay that for this at all. So
well, I'm glad you didn't. We might do it next. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm currently playing the second one.
I actually don't own the second one yet because I've just never gotten it. But we'll see. This didn't really like sell me in wanting to do the second one, but I do a lot of horror games, and sometimes I run out of horror games I want to do. So we'll see.
Person who grabs every free game that's ever mentioned, even if you would never play it or not. You never grabbed the Evil Within 2 when they offered the Evil Within 1 on free on.
If it was free on Epic, I have it. I didn't check Epic because I like Steam Deck, and Epic and Steam Deck, they don't get along together for me.
He has
But if it's on Epic, then I own it. Okay, last one from this group, from Jordan Wathan. I loved it. I remember it giving me a lot of RE4 vibes, which makes sense, considering they're from the same director and all. I liked how many things would get crazy at a moment's notice. Definitely kept you on your toes and wondering what's next.
That's fair
for you.
And we're from the official Laser Time community, from Sean Castrana C. I tried on Game Pass. I wish I liked it, but I was quickly hating it when I could not see because it was so dark, so I just kept dying. I did turn up the brightness, but it looked bad, so instead I deleted it. Good move, sir.
I know.
Good move. And from Nick Crowley, I liked what I played, but never finished it. I got this and its sequel for free from the Epic Store. For the record, I have it too from the Epic Store for free, so yeah. From Billy... Yes.
If you got it for free, it's all right.
Yeah, I got the first one for free, too. I didn't play that version, but I was still unhappy.
Well,
I don't know if the DLC comes with the first one, though. Now I'm going to curious. Hopefully it doesn't, because that would give me an excuse to actually do it, and I don't know if I want to.
I didn't notice if it came with it or not, to be honest.
It usually doesn't, unless they did some kind of, like, special bundle. They're like, oh, here, you get the DLC, too. Okay, from Billy A., it feels like a mid-PS3 era game and explicitly plopped onto PS4/Xbox One still. Despite the exact same frustrations you had, I liked it quite a lot. Recently reinstalled it to go through the DLC chapters before moving on to the sequel as well.
It is a mediocre PS3 game.
Yes, it is. And from Andrew Harbour, I personally think the sequel is better. If this was an homage to RE4, the sequel goes for Silent Hill, specifically Downpour's open world approach. Good shit. The first time I heard Downpour and good shit in the same sentence.
Yeah. Is someone getting transported to Silent Hill right now?
That's what it sounds like.
The only way that sounds like it's right, it's like, man, I sure glad I broke that Silent Hill Downpour game and then took a good shit. Because goddamn, you're not gonna like me in 3 weeks whenever I shit all over that game.
I don't think I'm gonna like the game either. Okay, I'm just doing it because I'm an idiot.
And you're near the end of your Resident Evil journey.
Silent Hill journey.
Just like one day you'll be near the end of your Resident Evil journey. Yes.
Technically, maybe.
They just released Silent Hill F too, so
which is
I know, but I'm still
good.
I can't wait.
I'm
to
actually
play it, but
with
I also
Silent
like
Hill.
Downpour.
After we do Downpour, we're caught up. What was out until recently. The only one we're missing is Book of Memories on the PS Vita, and then Silent Hill 2 remake, and now F. So I mean, that's not too bad actually. So yeah. I mean, I guess there's still that internet game or like video movie thing that was people voting, but that I do actually want to cover that. But that's not neither here.
That could be a short.
That's also
that's the plan. Yeah, I don't know. It'll happen at some point. I got too much shit going on, but yeah, it'll happen at some point. All right, and then we should give away a code. Let me see what the next code is to give away on the list, because these always have nothing to do with whatever the hell we're talking about. All right, the code is for Sniper Elite. This is your Steam code. The code is ERP4N5XQPY. R5IG7. And the first two letters are ER. Sniper Elite. I've never played it for more than I watched my friend play it. So, yeah.
Sniper Elite,
but I bought a bundle.
Amazing.
That won't be next week's code, because that was the code I actually claimed out of that bundle. So, sorry, guys. Oh, I had other codes to give away first. Oh, well, you guys get Sniper Elite instead. So, there you go. Probably better know what the hell I was about to give away if I follow the order. But, all right, let's go to Shelf Stacker Box. And Ron, why don't you lead us in?
Oh, geez, I totally forgot what each one means.
Shelf means something you love. Stack means something's in the middle where you enjoyed it. Box means something you dislike.
Oh, stack. It's fine.
Okay. And Dominic.
That's it.
360 version, I think I'll put in the box. If I do come back to this, it'll be a different version that has the DLC accessible.
Richard.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say stack on this one. I mean, I played it. I enjoyed it for the time. I only replayed it again to, for the show and max everything out. So, yeah, it's a stack for me.
Neat.
box. Put that shit away. Don't bring it back out. Not worth it. A playthrough takes like 12 hours. You could read 3 books in 12 hours. Just do that instead.
You could stare at the ceiling for 12 hours and probably have a better time.
Wait, when we have the games my mom found sleepover, this is not the game to bring.
What books would you be reading in that case? Because I don't think you're going to finish 2 Assassin's Creed books in that time.
Yeah, or like one of like the Chronicles of Amber. That's not happening in 12 hours. I don't care.
Lemony Snicket books. You could read majority of the series.
There's a lot of books you could read in 12 hours.
Yeah, you can, like the early Lemony Snicket books. Yeah, you could read 3, 4 of those in about. You could probably read about 4 of those in 6. Well, you can definitely read 3 in 12 hours if you get, maybe 4 if you don't get interrupted.
They're good books. Been a long time, but yeah. All right, and that I'll go next. I'm putting this in the box too. Fuck this game. Like, I wanted to like this game. I thought I was gonna like this game, but fuck this game. Like, the amount of anger I felt towards Evil Within is not normal for me with a game, but this game really just hurt me.
These last 4 games have been a journey, haven't they, Mike?
Man, Spooktober every year is like this. Like, I just punish myself for about 2 months and then I get over it. So,
Hey,
just how
I haven't been able to listen through all the Spooktober episodes yet, but I know there's at least one where you did, one you did enjoy.
Hey, real quick.
Yes.
Vibe check. Dead Space 3 or Evil Within?
Dead
Space 3, easy.
I've not played that.
Let's fucking go. Respect for Dead Space 3, finally.
I fucking love Dead Space 3.
Dead Space 3 is not bad of a game. I think I even said that when we did the episode together 2 years ago.
I forgot, but everyone
me too.
shits on
I have
Dead
no
Space
memory.
3, and I'm like, shut up. Dead Space 3 is really good.
It's just
I'd
different.
like to. Dead Space, I'm curious about. I'll be honest. I'm not too thrilled about that whole eye thing in the second game.
That's fair.
Nobody was, but it's still a great scene.
Did we all go?
No, you're next.
Oh, okay.
I just got distracted by my wife that walked by me.
Goddamn, Mike.
I know. How dare I get distracted by my wife? Joe, where do you put this?
I'm going to put this on the stack. I think it's just okay. You should play this once on easy so you can get the story, then go play the DLC, and then go play 2, the better game. And then this franchise dies because this company no longer exists.
But it kind of does. Maybe.
No, it doesn't. No. Only.
I mean, the publisher still exists, so they could bring it back.
No, when the publisher bought Tango, they only bought Hi-Fi Rush. Bethesda and Microsoft still own Evil Within.
Oh, then we're never getting it done. Microsoft is too busy making $1,000 handhelds that no one will buy.
Yes, no one will buy.
Don't tell me you bought one or pre-ordered it.
It's not like I live in a triple income, no kid household.
I mean, that is all true, but
I mean, Ghostwire Tokyo is kind of a successor, isn't it?
It was there was a huge rumor Tokyo Ghostwire was supposed to be Evil Within 3, but that is a very, very heavy-handed rumor.
I believe it.
I mean,
man, I have that game.
Classic example of what could have been if Ikumi Nakamura could have finished it.
Yep.
Ghostwire looks interesting. I've always been kind of tempted on those. I think I own them. I'm pretty sure I own them, but I can't find it.
Said it before, and I'll take it again. I do not have time for your 80-hour goddamn RPGs.
Oh, that's what that is?
Silent Hill F is 8 hours. Thank the all gods.
Can't have an 80-hour horror game or people will just break.
Yes, that game is an open world Ghostwire Tokyo is an open world Japanese fucking FPS.
Yeah, you can make
11 hours, 11.5 hours, 23 with extras, 42 for completionists.
Silent Hill F, you have to beat the game 4 times to understand the story. Anyways.
No, you don't. You just watch a YouTube video after you beat it the first time.
No, the game has different routes you can take. I'm not sure. Anyway.
Still, you just watch YouTube. You wait like 3 years, and you play it, and it's all explained for you.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's already out there.
I know. I'm waiting 3 years. All right. I think, everybody went, so we should know what we're talking about next week. Next week, you can hear me talk about the Dead Space remake.
I'll be there.
A good game.
I will not.
I'm sure.
Well, I could be if I had a time to play.
You need a break.
I've never played Dead Space though.
That's probably fine too. And that room is full.
Yeah, currently I'm not scheduled for that either. So
I'm on that episode. I'm really close to beating the game. I'm on chapter 2.
I haven't even started the game yet. I installed it to make sure it worked and didn't have any EA bullshit like Star Wars Jedi, the second one, Survivor, and it works. So I was happy. But yeah, I haven't gotten to, I'll start it tomorrow.
I'm pretty cavalier in what I play in front of my children. That is one game I don't want to play in front of my children. I think that would just traumatize them so much.
I got so excited for Dead Space, I played the whole game wearing a Doom helmet.
Oh yeah.
Right, so I guess we just go to plugs. And Dominic, where can people find you at?
I am on the Dissonant Waves podcast on YouTube. You can find me there, Dissonant Waves. It's a great podcast. We have a lot of fun. I'm on the Overblood Facebook page as well. If you're looking to see me again on this show, I will be here next for Drakengard.
Oh, yeah, right after Spooktober. And Richard.
You can always find me up on my YouTube channel. You can find my stuff going up every day, sometimes 2 a day, Rich Kale, where every other Saturday, which includes the coming Saturday after this episode debuts, as part of a Evil Within 2 playthrough. I played through the first one on there. You can hear me bitch and complain about, but I do enjoy the story on this one. And you can check out some other stuff that I have up there, and also at fan fiction sites like fanfiction.net and Archive of Our Own.
All right. And Nate.
Hello. You can find me on TikTok at Nate Does Comedy 79 or on Blue Sky, Pallet Jacks in Video Games, where I rate and review Pallet Jacks in video games.
What's the best one?
The best I found? So far, there's one in Control that I really liked because it was stored properly and was actually feasibly used to move stuff around in a facility. There's also one in Resident Evil 2 Remake that is stored improperly that I really liked because that happens a lot when you're working with pallet jacks, is people just leave them sitting out.
Yes.
So those two. No pallet jacks in Hollow Knight Silksong yet, but I've not finished. So
I don't expect them to be.
Surprisingly, no pallet jacks in this game. I was really looking.
Yeah, okay, that I could have seen, but then again, this is all in someone's head, so maybe he didn't want to think about work, Hey.
All right.
And if you enjoyed this episode, over 850 other episodes of this podcast, we do movies, TV shows, video games, comics, all sorts of content. If you want to be a part of the show, we have a Discord. It's free. Join our Discord. We're always happy. That's how if you want to be in the show, if you want to suggest things for the show. If you want to chat, alert, I don't care. Join the Discord. But I always happy to have new voices on too. So I post a lot for openings on this show too. You never know what the hell I'm going to do, because I don't even know what the hell I'm going to do. It varies. So check that out. If you want to, we do have a Patreon for $1. You can vote in our polls. We have 1 to 2 polls a month. Currently, just 1. I will go back to 2 soon. Before the end of the year, I got to get caught up, and Spooktober has been a mess trying to get shit done. So once that's over with, I'll get caught up. So then you'll have 2 polls again. And also, if you donate $10 or more, I will plug your podcast or YouTube channel like these lovely people who do. Phoebe Stanton, the Let's Play Princess on YouTube, on Twitch. And she has a podcast, Nerds of Broadcast. Check that out. Bill Tucker, A Gamer Looks at 40. Currently on hiatus. Conversation with Robbie Sherman. He talks about cartoons. I'm actually on the latest episode, I think, unless he maybe published one I didn't look recently. Pretty Poison. We talked about Batman animated series. And he has a bunch of other stuff on there he does. So check him out. Great guy. And also check out absolutely the best podcast, A Work in Progress with Zach. They talk about the Marvel movies, MCU adjacent movies, and currently Alien franchise. He's doing, if not started yet, very soon. So he's going through the whole franchise with another one of my lovely people that's on the show quite often. You have to wait and you have to check those out to see who it is. So check all those out and give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro coach, Helena at Hell Has Free. Follow her on TikTok and Instagram. And check out and then also please rate and review us wherever you get your podcast, and please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only. Yeah, all those things help the algorithm, so please do that if you enjoy this show, and it's free. All right, I think it's everything I need to say, so we'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.